Every time you queue it for a game and you see this guy, you just hope to God he doesn't come to your lane or invade your jungle. Cause you're gonna be dead before you even know he's there. There's just gonna be smoke screen everywhere and he's gonna come in and be like, bam, bam, Q, oh. You can be like, what the hell just happened to my health? So the important question is, would you like to know how to play him? What's up guys, Brainiac Gamer aka Cody here today, and I'm gonna give you the ins and outs of Gray's Jungle. Wait, you bashed on this guy when the rework first came out. Yeah, I know, but that was before the pros started playing him. And LCS, and then I got a Penta with him, and one thing led to another. So you only started playing him because they played him in LCS? Yeah, so? Okay, so Graves is a bursty, short-range marksman that excels in the jungle due to his great clearance and ability to deal loads of damage in confined spaces. Graves' passive gives Graves a shotgun, which fires a shell which sprays 4 pellets in a cone in front of him. The more pellets that hit a target, the more damage done, of course. Also, pellets cannot pass through targets, but any non-champion unit hit by more than 1 pellet is knocked back. Only downside of his passive is that Graves only gets 2 shells and then must reload. This is pretty much where everyone got into the Graves jungle hype at the beginning of the season, as the camps pretty much don't touch him. Okay, Graves Q. So Gray fires out a round that deals pretty much no damage on the initial cast, but after 2 seconds or after hitting a wall, will cause the round to spread out a small distance and come back to where it was first casted. This is where Graves deals a lot of damage. Graves W really doesn't deal damage, it's only used to blind the opponent and cause them to get really scared. Oh, and it also helps proc Thunderlords, so that's good. Graves E is just a dash. So, not too much to it, except that it gives Graves another shell. So, faster clears, and more damage. Now on to Graves' most fun ability in my opinion. His ult, Collateral Damage, is pretty much a long range, high damage, execution ability, travels until it hits an enemy champ or gets to the end of the cast range, and then spreads out further in a cone, dealing 80% of the original damage. This is just so much fun to use, and it's up whenever you might need it, even though it's on 100% cooldown at rank 1. Okay, so now, since you know Graves' abilities, let's get on to his jungling. So, as Graves jungle, you will only die to camps if and only if you stop moving. You don't even need a freaking leash on your first camp. That's how strong you are. If you ever see a Graves die to a jungle camp, well, you gotta be playing with a bronze person, because that's the IQ that you need to do that. So yeah, just keep moving around and hitting the camps as your passive will keep them away. Throw out your Q whenever it's up, making sure to hit a wall for the instant secondary damage. And when you get your E, make sure to dash only when you have 1 shell, not 2, but 1. Technically you can dash when you have 0, but you're bound to dash in the middle of reloading, meaning you're wasting your time. For Graves' jungle path, I like to start Krugs, then take Regs, then take Raptors, and then look to go gank. When ganking, you should only gank if the lane you want to gank has reliable CC, the enemy has no wards and is pushing, or they're just playing dumb. When you go into gank, make sure to throw down your smoke screen and try to save your dash for that extra bullet. You only use your E if you really need to gap close. Get an auto off and throw down your Q if you need a little bit of extra damage from the initial cast, or if your laner has them CC'd up so that way the secondary damage will happen, or if they're near a wall. If the enemy is not dead by then, and you're 6, just ult them to finish them off. For skill order on Graves, take Q at level 1 and then E at level 2, and max Q first and then max E. For Mastery 0 on Graves, I like to go 12-18-0, taking Thunderlords as my keystone for extra burst damage during my ganks. For runes on Graves, I like to run AD Quints, Armor Pen Reds, Armor Yellows, and MR Blues. But you can swap the AD Quints for Armor Pen Quints, or you can swap the Armor Pen Reds for flat AD Reds, or the MR Blues for CDR Blues. Any of them work. These are just the ones I like to use, as it gives me a pretty good amount of damage output, and it gives me a fairly decent tank stats. For my build on Graves, I typically like to go Trekker's Nice with the Warrior enchant because I want to carry around wards and have a sweeper to know if the enemy has a ward when I gank. After that, I get Boots of Swiftness to get around the map faster, as movement speed is really good to have right now, and extra attack speed on Graves isn't all that great. Then I get Malma Mortis and Youmuu's Ghostblade. The order doesn't really matter, just kind of depends upon what you need at the time being. After those, I get Sterix for extra tank. And last item just depends upon what I feel like I need most of the time. Rapid Fire for extra siege, Deadman's for more tank movement speed, Lord Dominic's Reminder for extra armor pen, or Mercurial Scimitar to cleanse CC. So, when do you pick Graves? Well, you pick them when you already have a good tank or two, and you have strong CC on your team. That way, Graves can get his damage down and not have to be the front line. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe if you did. And if you'd like me to do more in-depth champion guide videos later on in the future, let me know in the comments below. Thanks guys. See you in the next one.
You died?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you just need to defend this. They can't end.
Yes, they can if one or
Now they can. Before they couldn't.
Go salty.
Use his W. Get Gnar, I'll get.
grab the saw.
Get the Corki. Get the Corki.
This is game right here anyways, so.
It's game anyway.
Yeah, Butland. Alright, fucking go.
First game Graves, and I get a Penta.